Well, if you are in Mumbai and if you're closer to Dadar station, then about 2 kilometers away is mini South India. You have everything of South India there. You have wonderful restaurants, you have temples, you have mosques, you have churches, you have educational institutions, schools and colleges, and of course, you have some wonderful institutions. And one of them is the very famous Indian Gymkhana, which is celebrating its 90th year. And 90 years is a long, long time, I can assure you that. We've all grown up on the Indian Gymkhana with cricket. The basketball, the Ramu Memorial Tournament has been world famous. It's been going on for years together. And the Indian Gymkhana has been the pride not only of Mumbai, but of the nation. The 90 years celebrations kicking off on grand style. And what a way to start this function out here at the famous Shanmukhananda Sabhagrah and Sangeet Hall, where many, many events have held. And today, the first ever awards by the Indian Gymkhana were instituted, and we had a galaxy of them being awarded on a wonderful Sunday evening. Jayant, emotional for you today?
Oh, yes, indeed. It's a big event for us at Indian Gymkhana. It's a milestone, 90 years for any institution, just going to on the threshold of a century.
You know, you've grown up at the Indian Gymkhana. I heard you at this function talking in Tamil. I think you're a Gujarati, if I remember right. Where did languages come to you, or did they come to you? Because Mumbai is a cosmopolitan city.
Yes, I stay in Matunga, very close to Indian Gymkhana, and when I was born, it was a hub for South Indians. It was known as Mini Madras, and the building was full of South Indians. So by natural flair, Tamil became my first language, so it's very easy.
You know, the area that I mentioned, a mini South India, restaurants, temples, churches, mosques, educational institution. We've got a Paramveer Chakra from the SIS college out there. Yes. The Indian Gymkhana, one of the finest institutions that you can talk of, not only in Mumbai, but in the country.
Yes, undoubtedly, we have produced great sportsmen. Especially in cricket, we played in A Division, Kanga League, and we played against the like of Sunil Gavaskar, Ramakant Desai, and all those great players. And even in table tennis, we had S. Sriram, S. Ramaswamy. In basketball, of course, we had a host of players who represented India, Nandini Basrur, C.N. Sharma, and the list goes on. So Indian Gymkhana basically has a sporting culture, and which we at the moment trying to nurture it and see that it is revived.
How did the idea of encouraging the youth by honoring these sports persons come about?
See, being an avid sports lover, I always felt that today we are seeing the youth being weaned away from sports due to various digital distractions. What we saw during Ramu Memorial when we had the galleries and people rushing for tickets and clamoring for tickets, that's no longer the case. Children just don't come for sports. So I thought, why not institute an award and get these big stalwarts? They can inspire and motivate the youngsters. And maybe, I mean, it can work wonders. So let's hope, and I am confident that yes, the institution of this award, first the Sports Star Excellent Award, will pay dividends in years to come.
You know, to have the likes of Khalid Ansari, Somaya, Amigia, Karsan Gowri, the single biggest honor for the Gymkhana, would you say?
Undoubtedly, it's been a single honor, and we purposely chose people who are of lesser lights, not to the, flamboyance of, say, Tendulkar or Gavaskar, because we wanted the public to know what these people have done. They are, sort of unsung heroes, if you can call them. M. Somaya, not many of the people in the audience would relate to, and even Ami Gia for that matter. Khalid Ansari too. For us, we sportsmen, sport journalists, sport broadcasters, we know who Khalid Ansari, who these people are. But the idea is to bring these people to the fore so that the younger generations also know the exploits, the heroic deeds that they have done for our country.
Sajan Singh Chima comes from the wonderful state of Punjab. He retired as a superintendent of police and also held the rank of deputy commissioner of traffic in the wonderful city of Ludhiana. And that's not all. He's been one of India's legends in the field of sports, basketball. चिमा जी 1976 में आपने शुरुआत की. ये जर्नी आपकी कैसी रही?
देखो मैं छोटे से गांव को बिलोंग करता हूं, बड़ा दबोलियां गांव है. तो मेरा भाई बास्केटबॉल खेलता था आर्मी में, तो उसने हमारी फैमिली में गेम लेके आए और मैंने उनको देख के उन्होंने मेरे को शुरू करवाई बास्केटबॉल. मेरे बड़े भाई सरदार कुलदीप सिंह चीमा हैं, वो बलकार सिंह चीमा बड़े, जिन्होंने शुरू करवाई थी.
तो जब 1976 में शुरुआत हालांकि आप पंजाब से आते थे, आंध्र प्रदेश में आपने शुरुआत की, वो कैसे?
नहीं, मैं पंजाब से खेलना शुरू किया, पर मेरे भाई जो हैं वो आर्मी में थे और आर्टिलरी सेंटर हैदराबाद की टीम बहुत अच्छी थी, तो मेरे को उधर ले गए कोचिंग के लिए. तो उन्होंने मेरे को कोच किया, सिखाया बास्केटबॉल. तो इसलिए उधर मैं आंध्रा से एक नेशनल खेला और उसके बाद फिर पंजाब से सर्विसेज से खेला 2 नेशनल्स, और उसके बाद जो है 15-16 नेशनल जो है मैं वो पंजाब से खेला. सो ये हमारी फैमिली में आ गई गेम. मेरे छोटे भाई गुरमीत सिंह चीमा, सुखदेव सिंह चीमा, हम फैमिली में ही 5 इंटरनेशनल हैं. तो सभी जो है ऐसे एक आर्मी की वजह से, मेरे बड़े भाई की वजह से शुरू हुई और हम लोग इधर तक पहुँचे.
जब आपने शुरुआत की, एक सपना था, वो सपना था कि मैं देश के लिए एशियन गेम्स खेलूं और आगे ओलंपिक्स भी खेलूं. ओलंपिक्स की हम बात नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन एशियन गेम्स खेलूं, ये सबसे बड़ी बात है.
देखो, जब मैंने गेम शुरू की तो मेरे भाई इंडिया के वन ऑफ द टॉप प्लेयर थे, तो एक उन्होंने वो सेट कर दिया कि उधर तक पहुंचना है, तो भगवान ने उधर तक पहुंचा दिया. तो एशियन गेम हम तीनों भाई 16 में थे. 82 एशियन गेम जब खेले तो 16 प्लेयर्स में हम तीनों भाई थे. सो ये है कि सपना तो हर आदमी का होता है कि हम अच्छे से अच्छा खेलें, और एशियन गेम्स, ओलंपिक्स, हर एक सपना होता है.
कुछ यादगार बातें 82 एशियन गेम्स की?
ये 82 एशियन गेम अच्छा खेले हम लोग, पर बैड लक थी, क्वार्टर फाइनल में हम लोग हार गए. तो मैं 2-3 चाइना के साथ और ईरान के साथ बहुत अच्छा खेला था, ये मेरे को याद है अभी तक.
उसके बाद आपने एशियन चैम्पियनशिप्स में भाग लिया, उसकी यादें?
देखो, ऐसा रहता है कि कोई भी प्लेयर है, किसी मैच में बहुत अच्छा खेलता है, किसी में थोड़ा इतना अच्छा नहीं खेलता. सो ऐसी यादें हैं, किसी मैच में हम लोग बहुत अच्छे खेले, कई मैचेस ऐसे हैं जो यादगार बन गए. सो काफ़ी ऐसी यादें हैं.
आपने जब शुरुआत की, आप कह रहे थे फौज में थे, फैमिली फौज में थी, पुलिस में आए, कितना फ़ायदा हो उसका?
देखो, अगर मैं गेम का बोलूँ तो भाई के ने जो मेरे को गाइड किया, उसके बाद मेरे उससे छोटे भाई सरदार कुलदीप सिंह ने मेरे को गाइड किया, तो उधर मेरे को गेम का बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ. मेरे को याद है, मैं आर्टिलरी से खेले, ऑल इंडिया टूर्नामेंट्स खेले, तो एक साल में 16 टूर्नामेंट खेले थे हम लोगों ने, और 16 में ही बेस्ट प्लेयर था मैं. सो गेम उधर सही थी. उसके बाद मैं पुलिस ज्वाइन कर ली, तो फिर पंजाब से और पंजाब पुलिस से खेलता.
MM Somaiya, 1980, 84, 88, gosh, I'm wearing a full sleeve shirt, but I've got goosebumps. Som, here at the Shanmukanand Hall, you know, I've grown up listening to Filmfare Awards out here, and today you and I are here. You are the star. Emotions for you amongst so many awards that you won?
Oh, it's a special day because, Indian Gymkhana is a very reputed institution in Mumbai. They have been doing wonderful work for the promotion of sport in the city. I think it's a great honor for all of us that they have decided to felicitate us with an award today. And it's great to receive it with others who have achieved so much, both in sports careers as well as in the personal life.
You know, as I said, awards, house full of them. What do every award mean to you, even at this age?
Oh, actually, in the sport we played, there wasn't chance of much of remuneration, or there wasn't. You were playing for the love of the game, and I think recognition like this, like the one we got today, means a lot to us. It means everything because this is what we thrive on. We are really happy that we're not looking out for any financial support or incentive. We're reasonably well off. But getting recognized by a reputed gymkhana means a lot. And I really will always cherish the function they had today.
Did you expect this to be such a grand function?
Um, yes, because Indian Gymkhana has been doing things in style. I recall from my younger days they used to have a wonderful basketball team. I played football against Indian Gymkhana when I was a member of the Catholic gym team. I played in first division. So I'm aware that Indian Gymkhana has been doing some very exceptionally good work in various sports. They may not have a hockey team, so I'm all the more happy that they've decided to honor me being a former hockey player.
I'm going to get away from here to you a little bit. A Marian, Adil Sumariwala was your roommate, I remember, during the camps. So many other sports persons have come up from there, Vijay Mohan Raj, Nakul Rege, Shishir Hattangadi. As a Marian, did you ever dream that you would reach not one Olympics, not two, but three?
Yeah, we actually were very fortunate, Milind, because I was brought up both in a school and college which were run by the Jesuit priests, and I think they encouraged us to have a wholesome education. It's not only academics for them, there was sports, there was dramatics, there was debate, extracurricular activities. So both in school and college, they put me on the right path. My parents also encouraged me a lot. So although I never expected to play at that level for so long, but I've always aspired to do so. And in that sense, didn't come as that much of a surprise to me.
One now sees you virtually at every tournament. You called as a guest of honor, a chief guest at various hockey functions. Hockey, in between, had gone down, if I'm permitted to say so. But today, with the inspiration that you all are giving, hockey seems to be riding high.
It's not so much what we are doing. I think the central government, Ministry of Sports, we have state governments, the government of Odisha, the Punjab, Haryana, UP, MP. So it's a contribution of many governments who support the central government's effort. There are academies coming up in many parts of the country. The team is playing exceptionally well. We're having the best coaches from all over the world. And if you saw the last two results in the Olympics, we were on the medal tally, bronze medalists. And I think the trajectory is up in the upward direction. So it augurs well for hockey, and I'm certain with more investment in infrastructure and proper exposure, Indian hockey will, go places in the years ahead.
Besides being a very famous hill station in the country, Coorg, Medicary, the capital, wonderful cuisine. I've been blessed to take your advice. Sports persons and generals, soldiers, armed forces. Field Marshal Cariappa, to name one. Timaya, to name another. What is it in that place, Coorg? Is that the soil? Is that something else?
Yeah, actually, we are.
And you're from there.
We are immensely proud that we had two generals from that very small district in Coorg. Besides that, we are considered to be a martial race, if I may say so. And that's the reason probably the weather is good, very hardy life people live there. So they are used to challenges, and probably that patriotic fervor more than anything else, I think that drives people to join the armed forces. And hockey, I'm very happy that at least in one place in India, cricket doesn't overshadow hockey. And we have a family tournament where almost 350 family teams participate. So I think these are the things that, set us apart as a district from other places.
Half a dozen singles titles, a dozen doubles titles, and a dozen mixed doubles titles. What more can you ask for? And of course, school, college, state, etc., etc. Amik, yeah, the 1970s and the 80s, I saw a lot of her, did commentary on her games, and today she's been a recipient of the first ever Indian Gymkhana Sports Awards. She's a very gentle speaker, so we'll have to really push her because her strength was on the badminton court and not speaking. I mean, you know, we keep on talking to you for years together. An award of this nature, what did it mean to you from the Indian Gymkhana?
It was really a great honor and very happy to have received this Sports Lifetime Achievement Award from Indian Gymkhana. Uh, I'm thankful to the president and the committee members for the honor bestowed on me and was absolutely thrilled the way the presentation was also done. And once again, I'm grateful to the Gymkhana for honoring me.
You know, I'm going to go back to your playing days. 7 singles title, which would you say, if you put your thumb, would be the best?
It's difficult to choose. Of course, the first one was most memorable, and maybe probably the last one in 1983, because that came after a break of 2 years. So, all in all, it was a memorable journey, and it's pleasant to relive all those memories.
You know, along with the singles, you also excelled at the doubles and the mixed doubles. How did it make you a complete player?
Well, in my days, most of the players played both singles and doubles, and a few of them played all three events. Even I didn't play mixed in all the nationals, but it was fun playing doubles, and I would feel that it did improve your smash in singles, especially for me. And I had a variety of partners through my career, starting with Maureen Matthias, Kamal Thakur Singh, and Radhika Bose, Madhumita Bisht. So it was a nice blend of different styles of play, and we managed to excel. So that was also very nice.
Was it difficult to adjust on a single day, playing singles and then going to doubles?
Not really. At times, it did get a bit tiring, but we were used to it, and I think I managed it quite comfortably.
And as we now come into the next part of the century, starting with Saina Nehwal, Sindhu now, in the men's you got so many of them, and the doubles, the two of them, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty. Indian badminton, you laid the seeds and the others laid the seeds, and today it's become prosperous.
Definitely. I mean, we're right there on top of the world map with, I think, starting from Natekarji and then taking it right on top with Prakash winning the All England, followed by Gopi, and now the superstars of today in Saina, Sindhu, the doubles, and even in the singles. So I see a very bright future for Indian badminton and feel very happy and proud to see all the stars shining on the world firmament.
Well, I still recollect it was, I think, 1975, 76 as a young boy that I wrote my first article ever. That was a column called Spotlight on Youth. And the first article was Rahul Mankad, the late Rahul Mankad, my best friend. And from there on, the encouragement I received from Sports Week was outstanding. Didn't contribute much, but they kept on asking me to contribute. And then in later years, Radio Midday. So it's been an institution not only for Mumbai, but an institution not only for India, but I know of English friends of mine who still have a few hundred copies of Sports Week. And you always need someone to spur it on, and who better than the founder Khalid A.H. Ansari. Uh, Mr. Ansari, awards plenty, recognitions plenty. When you're here at the Shanmukanand Hall, packed crowd of about 3,000, would you say that this perhaps would be there in terms of awards?
Oh, undeniably. To be very honest and to use a popular word, I was gobsmacked. Seeing the number of people there, I was expecting a hall about this size with a small table there and some of us being recognized, but I just could not believe my eyes. And I think it's very moving. And I compliment the organizers, the Indian Gymkhana. They have a very rich history of sport. And who better to have organized a sport of this nature than the Indian Gymkhana?
When you talk of clubs and sports, Mumbai, Cricket Club of India, the Brabourne Stadium, the Bombay Gymkhana, the Khar Gymkhana, the MIG, endless. Indian Gymkhana, emotional, nostalgic?
Yes. Unfortunately, because living in a different part of the city, I didn't have the opportunity to join the club or to participate. But I've read over the years about how they promoted sport, which they continue doing today. And I think it's commendable. And the fact that there are so many internationals who've played in tournaments over here, who've represented India, speaks a lot for the club.
Everyone wants to become a cricketer. Now a Neeraj Chopra or a Avinash Sable, a Saina Nehwal, a Sindhu, any sport. I'm asking this question because everyone doesn't become a great sports person. You play for your state, you know your limitations. The good old times, the parents said, become an engineer, doctor, lawyer, solicitor, etc. Journalism, how did it come to you?
Well, in a manner of speaking, I was born into it. I didn't have any other options because my late father, who was a freedom fighter, was a journalist, and he started an Urdu paper. And for his writings in the paper, he was jailed 3 times by the British. So, being born in that family and being the eldest, and for a long time the only child, the only option available to me was getting into journalism. Fortunately, I have a little bit of a aptitude for writing, so that's how it happened.
And Sports Week?
Sports Week was madness. Many of us, I'm sure you too, must have grown up on Sports Week magazine, and it was an absolute craze. And I would see it every week, and I hope that maybe one day I can write for this magazine. So that's how it started, and then came the Commonwealth Games in Edinburgh, and I went there as a spectator. And that's where I got enthused, I got encouraged, and well, that's how it started. And but I'd like to say that there was a large dose of luck. And my favorite expression, in fact, this is the alternate title of my autobiography. The name of the biography is sort of about me. But the alternate name is Jab Upar Wala Meherban, To Gada Pahalwan. So I do believe it was a lot of luck there, but God was kind and it worked.
Well, if there is someone who knows someone, and I'm keeping this under wraps for about 20 seconds, then I think you on this program will get something wonderful. The gentleman to my left, Ravi Gadiyar, 5 wickets on debut in a Ranji Trophy game, playing for Mumbai. Now, can you imagine, for Mumbai, under Sachin Tendulkar, and out here, today he's a substitute. Now, the best part about cricket is that a substitute does the same work or the same pride like the other 11 in the field. And Ravi today out here is representing Karsan Ghauri here at the awards function of the Indian Gymkhana in the 90th year. Ravi, first of all, representing Karsan Ghauri, Kadubai to all of us, is a huge honor for you.
Absolutely a blessing in disguise for me, because what I would like to tell you is I started playing my cricket when I was a very teenager from Indian Gymkhana. And I graduated from Indian Gymkhana to Shivaji Park Youngsters later on, then to Bharat Petroleum, where Karubai, we affectionately call him Karsan Ghauri sir. He was our captain. He was one of the big time motivator for all of us who used to play during our time. And today, getting an award, collecting an award on his behalf is really a big, big blessing in disguise for me.
You just mentioned you played for Indian Gymkhana and 90th year. Emotions for you?
Absolutely. Blessings in disguise. That's what my statement is, because I never knew unless and until Kadibai wouldn't have called me because of reasons known. And then I met Nitin Bhai, who was his close friend, and Jayant Lapsia, of course, who knows me very well, the president of Indian Gymkhana. As a teenager, I used to love playing at Indian Gymkhana and specifically used to go regularly to watch RMBT, that's Ramu Memorial Basketball. And as you have interviewed Sajan sir, he was a big fan. We used to always admire him for his basketball. He's one of the basketball greats. And again, Balwinder Singh Sandhu, who was my senior college mate and fast bowler for India as well, that is his brother-in-law. That Sajan sir told me that वो तो मेरे brother-in-law हैं. मतलब मैं सर जानता हूँ उनको और मेरे ही कॉलेज के हैं सीनियर्स और मैं टैलेंट हंट के लिए लास्ट ईयर उनके साथ था. So that's a double pride for me, coming back to square one for the 90th year of Indian Gymkhana.
There are so many clubs and gymkhanas in Mumbai. Indian Gymkhana does not go around tom-tomming. हमने ये किया वो किया.
Well, Gymkhana is a cultural-based institution. That's what I know right from my childhood days, where my house was within the vicinity of 100 meters. So most of them were South Indians, most of them were dedicated, and most of them were having time management. That's one part that I learned from them. Time management. 8 o'clock in the morning, yes, sharp 7:55, they were on the ground. That's how I calculated myself analyzing them. And Indian Gymkhana, for me, has been a stepping stone of success when it comes to cricket, because you had the greats like Satyamurthy there, you had the greats like Manohar, you had the greats like V.R. Vishwanath, the fast bowler, Dilip Kothari, Suresh Shastri was our captain, Padam Shastri played for Indian Gymkhana. All these individuals inspire me when I take their names, and it's an absolute pleasure to mention their names as well.
This program, of course, as I said, you're representing Karsan Ghauri. We all know Karsan Ghauri's records. Today they are all available on Google, Wikipedia. Karsan Ghauri as a friend, Karsan Ghauri as a human being, Karsan Ghauri as the nicest persons that even I know.
Well, you have mentioned everything in the book for Kadubai, as we affectionately call him in inner circles of cricketing greats that he is. Kadubai has been a big-time motivator, not only for me, but most of the youngsters who are upcoming youngsters from Mumbai cricket, as well as he played down the line for Saurashtra initially. That's where he came from. And whenever I played under him as a cricketer, he used to always, because I was a fast bowler, and Kadubai used to always motivate me. He believed in bouncers. So he used to always tell me, कि रवि इसको bouncer डालना. And most of the times, whenever I was not a big-time bouncer, I used to bowl. But then, because of his influence, I used to bowl and I used to get wickets. But ground-level individual, absolutely modest, and a big-time individual. Because even in my dreams, I cannot think a sad thing about him. That's what Kadubai is all about me.
We'd like to end this program by wishing Karsan Ghauri, his mother, 92 years old, is not in the best of health. And I know the last few months, Karsan has been attending to her, going to hospital, coming back. We'd like to wish his mother the very best. And to Karsan Ghauri, as Ravi just mentioned, one of the nicest guys, one of the nicest sports person, one of the nicest human beings that I've personally got to know. Here at the Shanmukhanand Hall, on a wonderful Sunday evening, as I said, 5 of them honored, cultural programs being hosted out here with some wonderful singers making a lovely or a lively Sunday evening.